Hello, everybody. Good afternoon from the United Kingdom. Esteemed colleagues, distinguished speakers, and dear students. I have seen some of my students are here from Risk, Crisis and Disaster Management and other modules that I teach at the University of Leicester. That's fantastic to see you all on that list. So yes, thank you for joining our session titled Campaigning to Reduce Avoidable Deaths in a Climate-Challenged World. This session forms part of the Avoidable Deaths Network's global campaign. But before we do that, we will run through a few housekeeping rules. So number one is that this session is getting recorded. So if you don't mind, please mute your mic so that there is no background noise. We can avoid that by muting your mics. That's number one. And number two, each session will be timed. This is for our speakers. So I will be running an alarm. So each speaker will get 6 minutes. However, there are two exceptions. One is Rafiqul Montu, Rafiq Bhai from Bangladesh. He will be speaking in Bengali. And then we have Kentaro-san from Japan. He will speak in English, but at the same time, he might also speak in Japanese. So considering those language components, we have extended their sessions for a couple of minutes. We are trying out for the first time using different languages. So let us see how it goes. And if it doesn't, we sincere apologies in advance. This is an opportunity for us to learn as well. We want to be inclusive, we want to be diverse, hence we are trying to bring speakers who are not going to present in English. So this might be the trend that we might continue in our future session. There will be two polls, one immediately after I present the next slide, that will assess the level of knowledge that you have. We have 3 questions for that. The questions will pop up on the screen and you just have to use the QR code and answer it. It shouldn't take long, literally about a minute or so. And then we will dive into our speaker's presentation. And then in the end, we have another session, another poll, which is the post-session poll to capture the level of knowledge that has been acquired through this session. So we can move on to the next one. But before we do, we also have a group photo shoot. Yeah. So if you don't want to be on the camera, please feel free to switch off your camera. That's totally your choice. If you take part, that means you are giving us the permission to use your photo, and we will be using that group photo for our social media. Okay, so thank you very much. So this is the line of our speakers. I have started the session. I am the chair, and we have about 8 speakers, but I will be able to tell you a little bit more about the speakers shortly. Next. Right, I will now run my slides, Kelly, if you don't mind. I will share. Right, I hope you can see the slides. Yeah, Kelly, can you see everybody?
Yes, we can see. Could you please turn it full screen mode?
Full screen mode?
Yes.
I thought it is in full screen mode.
No, we don't.
Did not see. No, how do we do that?
Just a presentation icon at the bottom.
Presentation icon. Oh dear. Right, okay, let me do it once again. Is it the full, can you see the full screen, whatever you want? Is it working?
No, but it's okay. I think we can all see the screen.
You can see the screen. Okay, thank you very much. It could be because I've got 2 slides, maybe. It's a risk. But anyway, okay, let us start because I just literally have only 3 or 4 slides and they don't have many text. It's just pictures and images. Okay, so let us start. So thanks for joining our session, and the session is titled Campaigning to Reduce Avoidable Deaths in a Climate Challenged World. This session forms part of the Avoidable Deaths Network's Global Campaign Month, which is the International Awareness Day for Avoidable Deaths, also known as IAD for AD. Before we begin, I would like to mention that my co-chair, Professor Eloy Harshmugel, is unable to join us today due to ill health. He's doing okay, but he hasn't been very well. So I will therefore be chairing the entire webinar, and I will be keeping the time. Very briefly, my name is Nibadita Ray Bennett. I'm a professor of risk management, also an associate director at the Institute for Environmental Futures. Together with Dr. Hideyuki Shiroshita, I co-founded the Avoidable Deaths Network, which is based at the University of Leicester in the United Kingdom and Kansai University in Japan. In 2025, we also founded the Avoidable Deaths Lab. It's a not-for-profit venture to transform research into action by developing commercialization products which are evidence-based and are affordable and locally adapted for life-saving products and services. So the mission of Avoidable Deaths Network is simple and yet urgent: to develop theoretical and practical solutions that reduce avoidable deaths arising from natural and human-made hazards. We define avoidable deaths as premature deaths that could have been prevented through tailored, preventable, treatable, and disaster risk governance related measures. So why are we here today? Today's session explores a fundamental question. Why do we campaign? Why do we campaign to reduce avoidable deaths? We will look at a range of essential campaigns and initiatives from grassroots movements to global platforms that strive to reduce the tragic loss of lives and livelihoods caused by climate-related disasters and their cascading effects. Campaigns are powerful tools. They can be driven by individuals, and we will see quite a few individuals who have come together, plus multilateral organizations or informal community groups. Together, they carry an extraordinary ability to raise awareness, influence policy, and protect the most vulnerable. In this session, we will explore three key themes. Number one, motivation and drive. So what inspires these individuals? And I've had an absolute privilege to work with some of the individuals, such as, let's say, Vishal Pathak, Fatima Akhtar, Rafiq Bhai, Hideyuki Shiroshita, and many others. I have been very, very fortunate. But I have always been interested. What is it that is inspiring them and act and organize things that probably others would not do? Second, value and impact. What unique contributions do these campaigns bring to the humanitarian sector? It is an individual act or individual doing this, but what value does that individual make to this humanitarian sector? I've been always fascinated by this kind of actions that individuals undertake at a local level as well as global level. The third theme is...
We cannot see your slides. Sorry for interrupting.
It's only the second slide. Why are we here today?
No, we do not see the second slide. We still see the first.
You still see the first?
Yes.
Right. Can you see now? No?
No.
Right. Stop sharing. Let's start again. Sorry about that. Right. Okay. Start with this one then. Share. Can you see now?
No.
We see the first slide.
Yeah, the first slide, yeah.
Yes.
This is terrible. Right, can you see now this one, yeah?
No. Yes, we see the slide now.
Yeah, you could see. So I have gone to second theme. So the
Yes.
third theme is achieving equity. So what are their ultimate aims in securing justice, fairness, and sustainable future? The third slide is why this session now? I hope you can see it. Hideki, can you see it? Yes. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
This session emerges from ADN's global campaign.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. This session emerges from the Avoidable Deaths Network's global campaign, the International Awareness Day for Avoidable Deaths, celebrated throughout the month of March. The campaign was launched on 12th of March 2023 with the mayor of city of Izumiotsu, Mr. Menamide Kenichi, and with the UNDRR's head that time was Ms. Mami Mizutori. My colleague, Dr. Hideyuki Shiroshita, will be able to tell you a little bit more about this global campaign shortly. So this year, the campaign coincides with the UN OCHA's Humanitarian Networks and Partnerships Week conference, creating a unique moment of global alignment around humanitarian action. In 2025, this month-long campaign was celebrated across over 20 countries, inspiring a remarkable set of local and national initiatives, many of them led by non-mainstream members whose passion and creativity have been transformative. IAD4AD continues to attract a rich diversity of campaigns from our friends and ADN partners. Today, we will showcase 8 such campaigns representing 4 different countries. These are some pictures from our previous campaign. So we have 4 different countries representing and several global campaigns as well as local campaigns. So it is truly an eclectic and inspiring mix. So what will you gain today? By the end of this session, you will have gained insights into the passion, motivation, and practical energy that fuel these campaigns. Campaigns that aim to prevent one of the gravest consequences of climate change, the avoidable loss of human life from the direct and indirect impacts of climate-related disasters. And with that note, we will begin the showcase of our campaigns, moving from global perspectives to local actions. But before we do that, let us run the poll. Kelly, over to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Nibetita. I'm going to request every participant to switch on their camera. We will just take a quick photo.
Okay, we'll take the photo first and then the poll, okay? Thank you very much, everybody.
Do you please turn on your cameras? Waiting for you. Few more people. Great. Let's do it. One more. Okay, it's done. Thank you all. Now let's do the pre-poll. So the pre-poll question, the pre-poll, this pre-poll that you can see on your screen now has 3 questions. The first question is, do you have any prior knowledge of the topics of today's session? So there's yes, a little, and no. The second one is based on your current knowledge. To the point of starting this session, please rate your current level of confidence, where 1 is not at all confident and 5 very confident. And the third one is it your first time attending an ADN special session? So 17% of participants I've answered the people. Could you please answer? 20% now. Yes, still rising. Few more people. Yes. 35% now. Let's take another 30 seconds for the others to complete the pre-poll, please. 44%. Yes, 20 more seconds. Yeah, 47. Okay, let's stop right here. Ah.
I couldn't see the results, Kelly. What was the
Yes,
result?
here you can, here are the results. Can you all see the results?
Yeah, so 15% said no. So let us see at the end of the session, we have 0 no and more on yes and a little. Now that's a fantastic outcome. Thank you very much, everyone, for your contribution. But before we invite the first speaker, I would really like to thank our students. I mean, Kelly was my former student at Leicester University. She's been working really hard to deliver this session. Thanks also go to our 2 students at the University of Dhaka, Sadia and Fahim. They have been also working tirelessly behind the scenes. So it is a really, amazing efforts of our students that they come together from far and wide to deliver this session, and they all work voluntarily. So thank you very much. And these are the motivations of some of our individuals who go above and beyond their time to organize these efforts. But we have some other kinds of individuals who go beyond, and create movements at local and national levels. So our first speaker is Dr. Hideyuki Shiroshita. Dr. Hideyuki Shiroshita is an associate professor at the Graduate School and Faculty of Societal Safety Science at Kansai University in Japan. Hideyuki Shiroshita is also the founding president of the Avoidable Deaths Network. So Hideyuki, over to you, and Hideyuki's presentation will focus on this global campaign, which is our International Awareness Day for Avoidable Deaths. So over to you, Hideyuki. You have 6 minutes. The time
6 minutes.
starts
Okay.
in 30 seconds once the slides are up.
Okay. Thank you very much, Nivedita. Thank you very much for your introduction. And then also thank you very much for, the organizer to, organize this great, interesting session today. So as Nivedita already introduced, my name is Hideyuki Shiroshita. I'm one of the founding presidents of Avoidable Deaths Network. So Avoidable Deaths Network, we usually call it ADN. So Professor Nivedita Bennett, myself, officially, established ADN in 2019 at the fourth gathering summit of the Global Alliance Disaster Research Institute in Kyoto. So, okay, let me share my screen. Okay. So ADN is, a diverse, dynamic, inclusive, and innovative global local membership network of expert practitioners and researchers interested in avoiding human deaths from natural hazards, natural triggered, technological hazards, and human-made disasters in mainly low and middle-income countries. So far, we have more than 1,100 members globally. So before I introduced about our campaign, I would like to introduce briefly about, ADN. So ADN's mission is to help policymakers and practitioners make better decisions to reduce avoidable disease and achieve sustainable development, as already Nivedita mentioned. So avoidable disease are defined as any type of premature disease that includes preventable disaster disease, amenable disaster disease, and government-related disaster disease. Therefore, by implementing appropriate interventions in these areas, avoidable disease can be reduced. So there are 3 reasons why ADN focuses on reducing avoidable disease. The number one, reducing avoidable death is a matter of social justice. Number two, zero casualty is more reasonable target than zero damage. Number three, avoiding disease directly contributes to the UN Sendai Framework target A and B. So to reduce avoidable disease globally, we are currently implementing several initiatives. The global campaign IAD4AD is one of them, which I will explain in more detail later. Other projects focus on snakebite disease, drowning disease, tsunami disease, and women's and adolescent girls disease. These projects are based on implementation science. We also continue to organize knowledge exchange events, such as symposia, webinar side events, and outreach workshop. In fact, this HNPW session is one of these events. So in addition, we have feature leader and junior champion scheme to foster the next generation. So our junior champion publishes semi-annual magazine that collects youth voices on avoidable disease globally. The next issue will be released on 12th March. So ADN's global campaign, the IAD4AD International Awareness Day for Avoidable Disease, is a 10-year global public engagement and awareness raising campaign. So IAD4AD was launched in Izumi Ozu City, already Anibet mentioned, on 12th March 2023. So it is celebrated annually on 12th March and throughout the month. It is easier to celebrate when there is a monthly way rather than fixing a specific date. So in the 11th year, it will be 2034, the word awareness will be dropped and the campaign will be renamed the International Day for Avoidable Disease, ID4AD, and will continue. So the objective of IAD4AD echo our mission. There are three objectives. The one, to raise visibility of indirect disaster disease and missing persons. The second, to raise awareness about the specific causes and circumstances surrounding these diseases. The third, to promote the global campaign slogan, disaster diseases are avoidable. However, the way to achieve this objective is left to each campaigner. So we simply ask campaigners to do one thing to meet the objectives. So some campaigners organize workshops, others plant trees. Brightening up building is also one of the approaches. Last year, the campaign spanned 4 continents, involved more than 20 countries, and featured over 50 diverse activities aimed at raising awareness and reducing avoidable disease. So far, this year, 20 activities have already been planned. I expect the number will increase towards the end of this month. So as each campaigner can choose their own way to celebrate IAD4AD, a monitoring, evaluation, and running MEL framework was developed last year to monitor the impact of this 10-year global campaign. The goal and objective of the campaign have been slightly adjusted to ensure that its impact can be effectively tracked through key performance indicators. So this is what we are doing throughout. This is what we are doing through the global, campaign IAD4AD. So for more information, please visit our website or check our social media. Okay, thank you very much. I hope finish within time.
Right on time.
Okay.
Right on time. You even had 2 seconds left. So thank you very much, Hideyuki.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
For your presentation. So what we will do, if you have any questions, please post it on the chat box. And we have a Q&A session in the end. And we will, answer your question. And I will ask the right speaker to answer your question. So please drop your questions on the chat box. So my next speaker is Dr. Fatima Akhtar from the University of Dhaka, and her campaign is Early Warning for All. So a little bit about Dr. Fatima Akhtar. She is an associate professor in the Department of Meteorology at the University of Dhaka in Bangladesh. Dr. Fatima is also ADN's regional coordinator, and she also launched the ADN Bangladesh chapter. So she is the Bangladesh ADN chapter host. And her campaign, as I said, is Early Warning for All, or EW for All. So Fatima, I invite you to present your campaign. Over to you. You have 6 seconds.
I think it is 6 minutes. Thank you. Introducing me. Can you hear
Sorry,
me?
thanks for correcting my mistake. It is 6 minutes. Over to you. Thank you.
Okay. So already Nivedha mentioned me, and I'm working as an associate professor, and also I have focus on early warning for all. I'm in Bangladesh. Early warning for initiative is going on, and besides the national early warning for all, I am checking the effectiveness of early warning for all in the community as the lightning and flash flood is occurring in the northeast region of Bangladesh, and I'm working closely with the community how these activities are keeping impact in the society. This is my introduction, and next I would like to tell more about the early warning fall. My slide is not going.
Is it
Something
not
happened.
moving to the next one?
No. Yeah, can you see the
Yeah,
next one?
Yeah, we can see. We can see.
So I would like to explain more about the Early Warning for All initiative. The UN Secretary General announced this is on 2022 that multi-hazard early warning systems will be ensured to all by 2027. So this system is these activities are now now is focusing in 30 countries, and in response this early warning for all, the people and authorized organization are working how more effectively this initiative is going to the community, and they get the benefits from this initiative. And to ensure this multi-hazard early warning system, 4 pillars are involved. I would like to inform that 4 pillars are mostly the disaster risk knowledge, detection, monitoring, analysis, warning dissemination, building response capability, and preparing for pending hazards. And these 4 pillars are also focusing for different organizations. Like the disaster risk knowledge is focusing by the UNDP, detection, monitoring, and analysis and forecasting. These areas are focusing by meteorological department and hydrological department. And warning and dissemination is also one very important pillar, and this focused organization are taking the information like the organization like telecommunication and who are responsible to take the message from the forecaster and giving the message to the community, and the community will get the message and they will evacuate it, they will take the proper response for this warning. In this way, this total system is working in a society. So in the these 4 pillars are more mainly preventing weather hazards, reducing impacts of floods, landslides, storm, heat waves, and so on. Recognize the benefits by local communities and grounded in science and tailored for vulnerable sectors. And why do this campaign for early warning for all? And also we know this, if we inform the community before the event, we can reduce the hazard impact, and the people will be evacuated in time, and the damage or death risk will be reduced. So our initiative with early warning for all and avoidable death networks are work together. The WMO's Global Early Warning Initiatives, this is the flow chart, how it works. I'm not going to elaborate in this part. And this is the early warning system and the key importance. This is also the weather and climate or water, oceans, this kind of hazard we can observe, we can monitor, we can give model simulated forecast, and this forecasting we should give to the community before the event occur, and they can get prepared. And to run the event, the system, we have to make sure the proper guidance and proper initiatives are taken before the event and during the event, what they will do, and after the event, how they can recover from this stage. So the early warning system is not only the forecasting, it ensures the total system, how we can recover from a disaster, like how we can avoid the disaster damages or disaster losses. And that's all from me. I think I can cover my time. Thank you.
Yes, Fatima, you have 47 seconds left.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation. That was really interesting to see what the UN is doing, and the different bodies of the UN are leading different components of early warning for all. Thank you very much for that interesting presentation. We have the slides, they're really enriched, so we will circulate it. I saw some of you are asking for the slides, so sure, we will email to all the participants who are attending this session. So our third speaker is Asad Tahir. We will continue with this global campaign theme. So Asad Tahir is, stop that. So Asad Tahir Jabba is the founding president of Sustainable Leadership Forum. He is also our PhD student at the University of Leicester School of Business. And his PhD research focuses on strategic leadership, digital disinformation, and crisis communication. And yesterday, he really demonstrated that. He led a session just like mine at the UN OCHA on this absolutely amazing topic that climate crisis is a communication crisis. And the debate was extremely enriching, and I enjoyed it very much. Asad is also our regional coordinator in Pakistan. And also, as I said, he is our PhD student. He's based at the Leicester School of Business, and he also supports me tremendously for the ADN UK, and he also hosts the lighting up of the Attenborough Tower to mark our global campaign on 12th March at 6:45 p.m. in the UK. So Asad's campaign is called Sustainable Development Goals Campaign. It's a global campaign, and Asad will be able to tell us a little bit more about his campaign. So Asad, over to you, and you have 6 minutes. 6 minutes, so yeah, you can start now. Thank you very much, Asad.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nivedita and ADN, for giving me yet another opportunity, and this time around to talk about my SDGs campaign. This is basically SDGs Candle campaign, and it comes on the heels of MDGs campaign, which I pioneered back in Pakistan, and then that campaign went global in 37 countries, and that was also adopted in Nigerian War Against Poverty program. And it's clean, candlelit marches were held across all Nigerian states back in 2010, 2011. And this is now, since MDGs have been, transformed into SDGs, so I have again decided to bring the same campaign up in support of UN SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, because lighting up candle has always been recognized, respected, and valued by all religions across the planet since times immemorials. People have been lighting up candles to register their support because light as a metaphor is light for hope, it is for peace, it is for equality, it is for justice, it is for equality of opportunity where there is injustice or inequality. So we will design this. My designer, web developers are working out global mapping. It'll be digitally lit. It'll be physically lit. It'll be recruiting ambassadors worldwide, and those ambassadors will be given the mandate to take the journey forward. Principal area of focus will be educational institutions, NGOs, and CBOs, which are already working in the developing sector. The development sector will also take charge of this campaign. So will be the students and staff on campuses, because Youth Bulge is where I'm primarily focusing, and it is the Gen Z, particularly the young people, particularly young people on campuses. It is for them to get themselves involved into this SDGs candle campaign. Not only they can lit up candles physically wherever they have their events, conferences, seminars, symposia. They can light up candles in support of SDGs. They will film it, have pictures and videos, and we will have central coordination team to stay in contact with the ambassadors, and their events will be showcased on our web portal. And each candle that will be lit up will be registered under the name of the person who is lighting up, and it will be there for 72 hours till it is replaced by the new candle that is lit. It will be available across the globe on the map, and geo mapping will be done region-wise, country-wise, and we can have the real data, real time, any moment. Scrolling down the list of the country, we can anytime see how many candles are being lit in Afghanistan, in India, in Nigeria, any country on the planet Earth. So that's the whole vision. In next 12 to 16 weeks, the web portal will be active, as the team is finding some glitches when it comes to linking up countries on the geo map and linking candles. There have been mocks already run. Candles have been lit, about 150, and they are trying to just link the dots together, connect the dots, and see how seamlessly it is run. So that's basically the vision. I wanted to share a brief intro about this campaign, and that will be primarily run for 2030. It will go up to SDGs Agenda 2030, and it'll keep progressing as SDGs keep taking different shape, different forms. So will the candle campaign follow SDGs wherever they go. So that's a quick, brief introduction.
Thank you, Asad. You have 1 minute, 10 seconds, but you finished it, under 6 minutes. Within 5 minutes, you finished it. But thank you very much. Such an amazing initiative, lighting up of candles. And it has got so many meanings, and it was fantastic to hear those different meanings. But I also think it also should light up our minds and souls for generosity, philanthropy, happiness, and bring peace. But also, I would say, because Avoidable Deaths Network is purely based on voluntary work, I hope Asad's motivational campaign and talk also, lightens up our spirits to be more generous and be more philanthropic and promote campaigns at a local level. So thank you very much, Asad. I hope it all goes well with this new initiative. And if you need any help with the ADN team, please get in touch with us, because Hideyuki is very good with those geo mapping and things like that. Thank you very much. So we will move on to the next speaker. So our next speaker is Kentaro Murakami-san. So we are now moving from global to national level. So we finished all the global campaigns. So we are going to go to national and local level. Now, we have not engaged with Kentaro Murakami-san before, but I heard about his campaign, which is a seaside gallery campaign in Greece. When I went, Hideyuki and myself, we both visited Samos last year to attend the Integrated Disaster Risk Management Conference. And I was absolutely taken aback. It's such an amazing campaign. And we are so privileged and honored to have Kentaro-san for the first time. So Kentaro Murakami-san is a chairperson for the Seaside Gallery in Japan. And his campaign is called Seaside Gallery Campaign. So I would like to invite you, Murakami-san, please present your campaign to us, enlighten us, and you have 6 minutes. But if you want a little bit of more time, as I said, we have allowed extra 2 minutes because of the translation issues. So you have 6 to 8 minutes. So the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me share my screen. Okay. Hi.
はい。
Hello
大丈夫で
everyone.
す。
大丈夫ですか？
はい。
Hello everyone. My name is Kentaro Murakami from the Seaside Gallery in Kuroshio Town, Japan. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I have prepared my speech in English. However, English is not my first language, so for the Q&A session later, I would appreciate speaking in Japanese with interpretation by Mr. Shiroshita. We are based in Kuroshio Town, Kochi Prefecture, a small coastal town with about 9,700 people blessed with the gifts of the sea. In this town, the Seaside Gallery began its activities in 1989. It started with a playful idea. What if t-shirts were fluttering on the beach? Wouldn't that be interesting? This idea emerged when a town official who was looking for a vision for the town's future consulted a designer, and the beach became an art gallery. Our idea is simple. There is no art gallery in our town, but our beautiful beach is our art gallery. If the beach is an art gallery, then the pine forest is an artwork. The whale swimming offshore is an artwork. The patterns made by wind and waves are artworks. Even the small footprints of birds in the sand are artworks. These artworks are exhibited 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. They change over time. The background music is the sound of the waves. The lightning at night is the moon. In this sense, the Seaside Gallery is also a zero-emission art gallery, a place that produced almost no waste. To share this idea, we organize many projects. The most famous is the T-shirts art exhibition. It began in 1989. At that time, art exhibitions were always held indoors. We ignored that rule. We print submitted artwork on T-shirts. We place poles in the sand, stretch ropes, and hang about 1,000 shirts like laundry. When the wave comes in, the T-shirts reflect on the wet sand. When the wind blows, they begin to dance. Together, they create one large piece of contemporary art. This year marks the 38th exhibition. We hope to continue this fluttering landscape for 100 years and make it an irreplaceable part of our town. Our art gallery is powered by nature. Nature gives us beauty and life, but it can also bring danger. In 2012, a government report predicted that if a major Nankai Trough earthquake occurs, a tsunami up to 34 meters high could reach our town, the highest prediction in Japan. Even after hearing this, we did not give up our hometown. Instead, we decided to understand nature more deeply and learn how to live with it. In Japanese, we sometimes call this osaho, the right way of behaving toward nature. In other words, disaster preparedness as a way of life. This is also part of our art museum's mission, to think about how humans and nature should relate to each other. The Seaside Gallery has also developed its own approach to disaster preparedness. To share this way of thinking, we now run disaster prevention tourism programs. The director of our Seaside Gallery is not a person. It is a whale. A 12-meter-long Eden's whale that lives in Tosa Bay. We thought, if such a magnificent creature lives in our waters, why not let the whale be our director? It is said that our director lives in Tosa Bay all year round. So we operate whale watching tours, and now, together with researchers, tourists, and local residents, we are studying the marine activity through whale feces. Yes, whale poop. Whales store a large amount of carbon in their bodies and transport it to the deep sea. They may play an important role in climate regulation. Through the whale, we help people understand changes in our local sea and encourage them to think seriously about how to live with nature and take action. We are working to create a cycle where research, education, conservation support one another, and where the connection lead to behavior change and real solution. From the Seaside Gallery, many new ideas are born. Each idea becomes a project with a message. We think, we act, and we create artworks that express what is important for the Earth today. We hope to continue sharing these works with the world. To do that, it is essential to encounter new perspectives and new sensibilities. Today's session is one of those precious opportunities. Thank you very much. That concludes my presentation. Thank you for your listening.
Thank you, Kentaro-san. It's right on time. It's such an amazing campaign, absolutely amazing. And the motto, the philosophy behind it. I have been to Kochi last year with Hideyuki, and I used wrong words. I just need to apologize to the audience. I said taken aback. I meant blown away. My brain is a little bit tired because, as you would know, the Middle Eastern war, and I was supposed to fly on Saturday. I've been stuck, my flights cancellations along with teaching, so my brain is a little bit tired, so I used the wrong word. Basically, when I heard about the Seaside Gallery campaign, I was literally blown away. I saw some of those photos in Greece, and it is such an opportunity and privilege to hear from Kentaro-san. I mean, imagine what an amazing concept. Your director is your whale. I mean, where do you get, this is Japan. Every time I visit Japan, I like to visit Japan every year. So I finally managed to get my flight rebooked on 9th of March. I was supposed to fly on 7th of March to Japan. I'm flying out on 9th of March. I'm missing some opportunities to visit Ishikawa Prefecture, but every time I visit Japan, it's always an opportunity to learn something new. And today's presentation is absolutely amazing. Your director is your well. You have started disaster prevention tourism. What an amazing concept. You're learning from the natural beauty, working with the natural rhythm to understand the nature well so that you can prepare better. I mean, these are absolutely amazing alternative way of looking into disaster risk reduction in opposition to the mainstream disaster risk reduction approach. So no, it's an opportunity to always learn from Japan's experience. So thank you very much. And I hope that we might be able to draw some connections and collaborations with Seaside Gallery and what Rafiq Bhai, Mr. Rafiqul Mantu does on the coast of Bengal on his own, single-handedly, is fighting to promote a coastal day. So thank you, Kantara-san. We will move on now to India and then to Bangladesh, and then Rafiq Bhai will be able to make some connections to the audience that what Rafiq Bhai is doing is absolutely admirable, but he's doing it on his own. But it is so amazing. Kantaro-san's campaign has been going on for 38 years, and he aspires that it continues till 100 years. So it will be such an amazing legacy. You know, what an amazing legacy and a footprint to leave it behind. We would like to do something like that. So we would like to be mentored by you, Kentaro-san. Please guide ADN so that we could do something so noble and amazing that lives beyond us. It's a dream. So thank you very much and many congratulations for doing that. Such an amazing campaign on the seaside of Kochi. Okay, so our next presenter is Vishal Pathak, another amazing campaigner. So Vishal is a senior coordinator at the All India Disaster Mitigation Institute in Gujarat in India. It's on the western side. Vishal is our regional coordinator for India. And Vishal is also the founder and the host of All India Disaster Mitigation Institute and Avoidable Deaths Network's case station. And that case station is called Ahmedabad Case Station for Avoidable Deaths from Extreme Heat. The case station concept also comes from Japan, but we have a little bit personalized it, Hideki and myself. Today is not the day to talk about our case stations, but case stations are also amazing concepts inspired by Japan's idea of case stations. And today, Vishal will be talking about a local level campaign that became national. And that campaign is called Extreme Heat Resilience Campaign. So with that note, Vishal, I invite you to present your campaign and you have 6 minutes. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you to Professor Nivedita and ADN for inviting us and for engaging us and also inspiring speakers prior to this. Very inspirational. So here we are with focus on campaign. Here topic is extreme heat and how with different stakeholders we are building extreme heat resilience. And why it matters now. All of us are very much, exposed and facing this extreme heat. Earlier, few years back, it was like extreme days and extreme heat days, and now we have and witnessing and experiencing extreme heat weeks. So the intensity and frequency is increasing on increasing mode and very much high exposure. For example, 75% of just only in India's workforce depend on heat exposed labor, and it is World Bank is saying this. In same way, there are a number of productivity issue affected by extreme heat, and same way manpower hours and days are affected by extreme heat. So it is very much high time to address this. And it is not only about the vulnerability while working with this community, as prior speaker already mentioned, that they are also, you know, very important contributor for our development efforts. So we have to, you know, move ahead this with them and for them, lead by them, in fact. Reframing the problem from weather to governance, because there are now very good, you know, cases, practices are available. Forecast is available now. For example, in India, we have this 7 days forecast available about the extreme heat. And this is like not challenge, but it is opportunity for us to adapt what changes needs to be done in our habit, what change need to be done in our food, clothing, and in our work hours scheduling, and that to adopt this. So it is so the issue is not absence of science. Science is there. The issue is translation into protection. And that's what the campaign is doing at AIDMI, All India Disaster Mitigation Institute. We started this addressing 10 years back, and, you know, we also committing for next 10 years that all our energy and resources, and ADN is one of key actor in this to move ahead jointly. Next, so it is very much important while doing this campaign. It is not just one-sided thing, but it is like lateral learning things is happening, that it is more about how actively we are listening to not only the people who are victim or affected by extreme heat, but it is also who are adapting, and they are the first responder, and how actively we are listening them. And that's the, you know, creation of campaigns work around what works and how works and when it works. So we are listening to workers, for example, transportation workers who are very much exposed. So they are first responders. So learning coming from them. Second is small businesses. For example, we take any country like developing nations, their 30 to 40% GDP contribution comes from the small businesses, informal economy. And imagine if they are adapting to extreme heat, then how much protection we can strengthen further in terms of reducing loss and damage point of view. Equity at the center of extreme heat campaigns, very much. Heat is disproportionately affects, as said, small businesses, outdoor workers, poorly ventilated homes, elderly persons, children, transportation workers, migrants. And it's really, you know, about the matter of how we listen them carefully, we engage them carefully with them, and that help us to strengthen our governance. And it is possible jointly. So they are for us, as Kantaro also mentioned about, you know, learning with whom we are working. And here they are our source. They are our leaders in this case. They are our experts in this case. They have experience, and they are pioneer in terms of, here in this case, adapting extreme heat. They do not have option like such as for having air conditioner. They do not have option like, okay, let's skip 1 or 2 days because of extreme heat. But they adapting themselves with possible, sometime it is negatively, sometime it is positively, but slowly, gradually they are adapting in a very good way. So campaign is supporting that. Campaign is capturing that experiences. It was started from one city, and slowly, gradually, we expand to 11 cities of India. And we have to, you know, learn from different geography, whether it is coastal region or hilly area or floodplain point of view. In terms of way ahead, here it is for us, we see this anticipatory action and forecast availability is an opportunity, that how it can be, one point is excess of early warning is not an issue in the case of extreme heat, in the case of India. That is there. Point is how we are utilizing this information and how people on the ground who are at risk, how they understanding this extreme heat early warning. So that is very much important, and campaign is focusing furthermore on that, documenting those aspects. So it is not like one outside experts. Of course, that is fundamentally required and very much crucial. But on the other side, these small businesses, these transportation workers, they learn much faster with their co-workers if given opportunity. So that's what campaign is also about. Thank you so much. And here again, we would like to, focus on this, that this anticipatory action is very much about the opportunity to be used with them, for them. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishal. That was absolutely amazing. Some amazing statistics. I mean, being a professor of risk management, I'm always interested in those W's, what is the risk? Who is at risk? Where is the risk? How can we reduce those risks? But it's absolutely amazing, the spectrum of work that your campaign has been doing and how it caught traction across 10, 11 states. It's really amazing. And also what was shocking is to hear the 75%, which is a majority. 75% of India's workforce depends on heat-exposed labor. It's absolutely amazing, isn't it? So the systems need to realign around that so that livelihoods can be secured. Morbidity, mortality can be reduced. So it's absolutely amazing. And what I like about this campaign is that equity is at the center. Right at the center, because if we start looking at who is at risk, it is usually the socioeconomically vulnerable sections of the society. And you're working with outdoor workers, small-scale businesses, largely led by women. It's absolutely amazing. So many congratulations to your campaign and to the AIDMA who have been doing this absolutely amazing work. So thank you very much, Vishal. It's always an honor and privilege for ADN to work with AIDMI and also receiving mentorship and guidance from Mihir Bhai, who is the founder of All India Disaster Mitigation Institute. We would not have ADN if Mihir Bhai had not nagged me. Nivedita, are you launching the ADN or not? So yes, I am always very grateful to Mihir Bhai. So thank you, Vishal. So we will move on to another local campaign led by Mr. Ranjan Panda in India. So if we could have the slide up while I introduce Mr. Ranjan Panda. So Mr. Ranjan Panda is basically a sociologist and environmental advocate with more than 30 years of experience, and his expertise are on water and climate change. He convenes the Water Initiative and he mentors Youth for Water India. So we have Mr. Ranjan Panda's campaign, which is called Youth for Water India. It is another amazing campaign that Mr. Panda has led. And Mr. Panda, I invite you to tell us a little bit more about your campaign. And you have 6 minutes. Thank you. Do we have Mr. Panda? Kelly? Mr. Panda was here.
I think he had a technical issue. He's trying to log in.
Because he texted me literally about a few seconds ago. So sorry, Mr. Panda will join us shortly. So I will give about, let's say, 5 seconds. If Mr. Panda's technology doesn't sort out within this 5 to 7 seconds, and what I will do, I will invite our next speaker and then Mr. Panda can join us, okay? So let us give a few more seconds to Mr. Panda so that if he can sort out the technology problem on his end and join the session. So a few more seconds, yeah?
Okay, I think he is here now. I can see
He's here
his
now.
name,
Mr.
but I
Panda,
cannot
are you there?
hear him.
I'm also trying to see. Right. So, Mr. Panda, you need to unmute yourself. So the camera, you can keep it off, switch it off because of this network issue. So you'll be better off without the camera. Just unmute yourself and present. Right. Okay. So, Kelly, what you can do in the meantime, maybe call Mr. Panda and tell him that we will bring him on board later on, maybe after Cornell. I think we have Cornell now. So, Cornell, are you ready? Will you be able to step in now? So Mr. Panda has texted.
I'm ready.
Yes, so apparently he can hear me, but he can't open the app. So sorry about that. So we will sort that out. In the meantime, let's have Cornell. So Cornell, do you have your slides? Or are you going to
Yeah,
run
I
it? Or
do.
is it here? Okay.
I
So
do.
let
I do have.
you do. Okay. So while I introduce you, you can pull up your slides. So it's an absolute honor to introduce our next speaker, Professor Cornell Sanjay Srivastava. Cornell is a disaster management expert. He is the founder and chairman of Climate Resilient Observation Systems. We also call it, let me read the full name. So it's called Climate Resilient Observing Systems Promotion Council. So it's CROP-C. That's the acronym, CROP-C. CROP-C is based in India, and Cornell is also ADN's advisor. And Cornell's campaign is called Lightning Resilient India campaign. It's another absolutely amazing campaign that has demonstrated in terms of saving lives in India. And I have been following this campaign for several years. So it's an absolute honor to have Cornell for this UNOCHA session. So Cornell, the floor is yours, and you have 6 minutes.
Thank you very much. A very, very warm good evening to everybody. I have slightly longest presentation, but I'll try to cover within the time. Lightning, as you know, is existed since the times immemorial, but it is the biggest natural hazard killer. Globally, more than 26,000 people die, and the number of fatalities are increasing, but it is most understated. If you see, to address this, we found we must save life of human animals and save their livelihood. And it's based on 3 pillars: inclusivity, equality, and social justice. There are various effects of life, but how grave is the situation? If you see India, 43% casualty out of the natural hazards is due to lightning. We brought out and we did the research. We found during the nor'wester time, 15% death and 85% people die during the monsoon hours. And who is dying? People who are deprived, poor houses, and unsafe livelihood conditions. So we came up with a lightning resilient framework, and we started early warning for all, instant early action, immediate disposal of early warning for compliance at last mile. And it has paid the dividends. This year we have launched single point lightning alert, come safe shelter, which is a landmark and unique in the world. We have the Lightning Resilient India campaign. Earlier, there were a lot of myths, but we mapped every strike. We brought the pattern. We made the mitigation plan. And you see, each Gram Panchayat is addressed like this through early warning and safe shelter. And you can see safe village, safe school of none other than our First Lady, the President of India, Mrs. Draupadi Murmu. This is Paharpur, Odisha. Lightning was not recognized as a disaster. We fought the battle for 15 years, and last year lightning was declared as a disaster in India. and we came up with a national program. We did the microdonation. We came up with a national program. The national program focuses on community first, people first, citizen science first. Our scientists, governance have done a very good job, but the challenge lies in reaching up to the last mile. So public awareness campaign forms the backbone of our entire movement. And for that, we have created a Lightning Resilient Observing System Promotion Council, Lightning Resilient Knowledge Hub. There are more than 56 institutions, including 14 IITs. There are 4,000 gram panchayats where awareness programs are being run. School safety and all states in India are being covered. And the best part is the achievements. Saved thousands of precious life in last 7 to 8 years. Economic saving of assets in power, agriculture, mobility, communication, and many sectors. A proper technical solution has come up from the scientific agencies and it's infused into governance as a national program. Community first, citizen science is the approach, and a new science, sociology of lightning, for the people living in the villages, for the farmers, for the lower classes, for the labor classes has come up. And it is being imparted to them through disaster resilient education so that they are part of the developed India, Viksit Bharat, what we call. Research and development based system improvements are part of it, and solutions are being shared now globally through UNDRR, SARC, G20, ADN, and other networks. With this, we are ready to take on any question, and I thank again ADN and Professor Nivedita for the opportunity.
Cornel, you have still 1 minute 51 seconds. So you've done an absolutely amazing job. A lightning job, absolutely amazing lightning job. Okay, so thank you very much, Cornel. I mean, I've had the opportunity to spend, I think we spent together, 10 hours about a year and a half ago. And we did not stop talking. And I think Snehendu, one of our regional coordinators, I just saw him. He's on the call as well. He was there with me, and we did not stop talking in the car. We talked nonstop. And you could see it on the slides. That is actually Cornel. Cornel is relentless. Cornel will go on. Cornel will come up with new ideas. So I think it is so amazing, Cornel, your lightning campaign, is, as you said, it is an evidence-based science informing action policy at a national and global level. The other thing that I like, that your science is for the citizens. Science has not, I know science has always been for the citizens, but for a particular type of citizens. But your science is for the socioeconomically vulnerable people. It's a science for the last mile, and it is so much needed, because at the end of the day, who is carrying the burden of avoidable disaster deaths? Often this high-risk vulnerable population. So your campaign is absolutely exemplary. And what I like the most, it's packed with action. It's packed with action, that actions which in a way inspires me, encourages me, and I seize opportunities for absolutely amazing research projects, ideas, learning, relearning, redoing, and doing stuff to make sure that we save lives at any cost. So thank you very much, Cornel, for your presentation. I would request the audience who is here with us, please follow our campaigners. You will be able to get really, dynamic, live information, actions, programs that our campaigners are doing. Most of them are very, very active on LinkedIn. So please follow them. Also, if you want, just visit their website. You will be able to get more information. With that note, Cornel, thank you so much. And you have raised your finger. Please go ahead.
I got a congratulatory message from the head, Dr. Mr. Kamal Kishore, about the initiative.
Yes.
Especially this what we are doing today. He sent me a personal message congratulating for this initiative to you by Nivedita.
Oh, thank you so much, Cornel. Just for the audience's information, Mr. Kamal Kishore is the head of the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction. He is the successor of Ms. Mami Mizuturi. Now, thank you so much. Please reciprocate our gratitude back to him as well. Okay, with that note, let us move on to the next speaker, Mr. Ranjan Panda. So we have managed to get Mr. Panda back on the screen. So, Mr. Panda, I have already introduced you. So, Mr. Panda will tell us about Youth for Water India, another grassroots level campaign. Absolutely amazing and inspiring, and particularly inspiring because it engages with the next generation of future leaders. So, Mr. Panda, over to you. You have 6 minutes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Professor Nivedita and colleagues. I'm really sorry for this technical glitch and all, sometimes it happens. So, especially because many of the manufacturing companies are infusing disasters by making products like for 2 years, 3 years. So we're having all these kind of challenges. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'll be talking about the plastic-free picnic challenge. It's a very different kind of a nature-based solution and DRR initiative that we call it. Basically, I have founded in 2019. We founded this campaign, Youth for Water, which is now called Youth for Water India because it's a pan-India campaign. It was started in Odisha, the eastern state of India, with youth, but then it expanded with this plastic-free picnic challenge campaign. Only it expanded to the pan-India, and since 2022, we have been working like it's a purely voluntary campaign driven by thousands of volunteers, and this campaign, I will just give a small, little background. Yeah, please, next slide. So I'll give a very brief background of what is this plastic-free picnic challenge is. Millions of Indians actually they flock several natural spaces for picnicking, basically during the winter season. So starting November until February, a lot of people visit natural spaces. So while there are many drives in India which actually works on reducing single-use plastic, this drive is mostly sort of at the intersection of human society and ecosystems. So it's like what we decided is most of these picnickers, they go to enjoy nature, but they basically come back littering the place, and every single natural space in India now you can find with a lot of plastic litter and all. So that is choking life out of the ecosystems, their species. Like you must be having a lot of news. A cow has eaten kilograms of plastic. Some sort of deer have died due to plastic injunction. So kind of these are very common news, and there are other news which never come because the soil, the water, they're choked. Phytoplanktons cannot actually breathe. So kind of several problems happen due to plastic. So this campaign, it started to think about how we can actually drive youth energy and ask the society to look at this and work around these picnic spots. So there are thousands of picnic spots. It's very difficult to actually cover everything, but fortunately, the starting of the campaign was like mostly to make a noise. So we got a lot of video messages, including stars, celebrities, government officials, foreign organizations and experts. So thousands of messages came in, and that is how we popularized the campaign. Then the next year, the season 2, we took a lot of field level actions, and tell you this is all voluntary. We don't run on any funding. We are all volunteers. We motivate youth and other people. So it's like the next year was like the government of Odisha also joined at the pollution control board. So they declared some 178 odd picnic spots as plastic free. Rules and regulations were made. Then 2024-25, our collaborations continued. There are basically these 5 principles we work in the campaign. Like there are a lot, but time basically is restricted. So something is when picnickers are going, we say that you start from your home. because most of the people don't find alternatives. They're not habituated to alternatives. They just go, spend money and buy things that are just in the market. So we ask them to get prepared and don't take a lot of this plastic waste to the natural spots. Then we say the clean up the mess. When you have done, bring your waste to basically landfills and other facilities. Use local products like green leaves and all. Then raise the circle, like you basically go, each one reach 10 is a funda that we work with, a mantra. Then basically our fifth principle is respect biodiversity, avoid deaths. So kind of death here, we don't only consider human, because in picnics we also talk about safety and all, but then we talk about death of the other species, death of the forest, death of the water bodies. So and many of the because most of the picnic spots are basically spaces where the wildlife actually has their have their habitat. Then in the currently the session is still on. It should be over by February 28th, but it has been extended because of, and we have started a new fellow program called Green Picnic Fellow, which is being launched tomorrow. And on the World Water Day, 25 fellows from all across India will be celebrated for their actions around this they will be rewarded. They will be with some cash prizes. And this campaign so far in the social media circles have reached more than 1 million people, while in reality we have covered around 1,000 picnic spots. Please, next slide. Yeah, so this is sort of a bit old slide. I could not find time because some of the family issues, health issues. So we have been trying to track how many people are connecting to the campaign, sending messages, taking the plastic-free picnic pledge, and doing their own actions. And we have got almost 100 odd partners, all voluntarily supporting the campaign. And we also have some foreign countries friends joining in. So kind of language is something that we also say, most of our messages are in English, but then we ask our volunteers to go and do messaging in their own languages. So we have also been tracking the language diversity, and that is also another thing that we have on the climate resilience side, which I am not talking now. Please, the next slide. Yeah. So the idea of this campaign is, it promotes a whole of society approach, which and from home to sea approach, and we basically ask people to, consider the entire ecosystem, the interconnectedness. So it's not just something like for on single-use plastic. It is all about your behavioral changes. It's all about your the respect for nature. So youth basically connect with all the stakeholders. They are trained. We organize several innovative programs like Nature's Classroom and all, wherever we got resources. And we have taken some special areas programs where we are taking off some areas for long-term, sort of intervention. And indigenous peoples also, because they are many indigenous communities are part of the forested areas, and many forested areas, waterfalls and all are actually visited by a lot of people. So, we are also engaging with the indigenous communities, how their lifestyles, how their products, local products can actually be promoted in picnics. Then biodiversity conservation is something that we aim at. Climate justice is something we basically promote through this, because we see that this interconnectedness between cities and rural areas, because most of the picnic spots in India are in the rural areas, the forested watersheds from where a lot of water comes to the city, and the forests are actually protected by people. So the city folks going on and polluting their own water sources, something a crime, and also there are other issues related to that. And we are promoting this climate justice concept in the campaign. And then basically equity and equality principles are also promoted. So we basically our youths are from all sections, and we are trying to maintain the gender balance, the other intersectionality balance, and kind of within a voluntary framework as well, we are trying that this campaign should actually promote all these kind of principles. Yeah, next slide. I think
So,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we've run out of time. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Panda, for your presentation. That's fantastic. It ties up very nicely, biodiversity, ecosystem, whole of society, nature-based solutions. These are something that UNDRR is pushing now. So thank you very much for such a contemporary and timely campaign. So we are a little bit short of time. If that's okay with the audience, please hang on. So Mantu Rafiq Bhai is our last speaker. So last speaker is an award-winning journalist. So Rafiqul Montu, I call him Rafiq Bhai. So Rafiq Bhai is known for his coastal journalism, something new, something novel. Yeah. And he is the coastal regional correspondent of RisingBangladesh.com. It's a newspaper. And Rafiq Bhai's campaign is called Coast Day, which he started single-handedly, being a boy from a coast of the Bay of Bengal. And he tries to shine a light on the stories of the coast. And that's how I met him, just by reading his work. I have not met him in person yet. Not yet, but I will see him one day very soon. Yes, I have been really, just like the Seaside Gallery campaign, I was also blown away by the stories that Rafiq Bhai captures from the coast, just about everyday life and the challenges that coastal people are going through due to displacement, erosion, rising sea levels, extreme weather events, all sorts. It's just really amazing, heartwarming, moving stories that Rafiq Bhai covers every day, almost every day, in this newspaper called Rising Bangladesh. Also, another one is called, I think, Village Gown, isn't it, Rafiq? I can't remember the name of that. Another one that you write, which cover that particular newspaper covers stories on rural areas and rural villages. With that note, Rafiq Bhai, I invite you to present your campaign, which is a Coast Day, and his fight for World Coast Day campaign, to make that Coast Day to a World Coast Day campaign. So over to you. You're most welcome to speak in Bengali or in English, whatever. And as you suggested, I will summarize in the end. So over to you, Rafiq Bhai. We can't hear you. Try the microphone again. Yeah. Can't hear you. Can you hear Kelly?
No, I cannot hear him, but I can hear you.
So I think there's some sort of a problem.
Is he speaking at the moment?
No, I think রফিক ভাই একটু ট্রাই করেন বাংলায় বলার। একটু ট্রাই করে দেখেন তো কেন টেকনোলজিটা কাজ করতেছে না।
Because his microphone is on.
আচ্ছা, মাইক্রোফোনটা আপনার অন, কিন্তু আমরা কিছু শুনতে পাচ্ছি না। Apologies, this is the technology problem, isn't it? So please, yeah, thanks for your patience. Try Rafiq Bhai once again. I mean, it was working a little while ago, wasn't it? Because I spoke with you. আপনার সঙ্গে তো কথা হয়েছে আগে। এখনই কেন যে অডিওটা কাজ করছে না এখন মনে হয়। No, can't he? So Hideki, what would you suggest in a situation like this? I'm not a techno savvy. I don't know how to handle this one, the technology issues. What do we do? Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
He should
Reconnect. Yeah.
reconnect.
Yeah.
So Kelly, if you could drop a WhatsApp message to Rafiq Bhai saying that, yeah, he should join back again. Thanks for your patience. Sorry about this. I think network problem, isn't it, when we do webinars? But in the meantime, let's see. There were a few questions, wasn't it? Let me see. Rafiq Bhai, you are back. Sorry. Try now. Try your audio.
No, we still can't hear him.
কথা বলেন, একটুখানি কথা বলেন, তাহলে শুনতে পারবো। He is talking, but we can't hear him. So Rafiq Bhai, we are unable to hear you. So I am conscious of the time. We are running 3 minutes late. We can do one thing. Rafiq Bhai, আপনি যদি শুনতে পারেন, তাহলে আমি এই স্লাইডগুলোকে আমরা এমনি রান করে একটুখানি মনে হয় সামারিটা দিলেই চলবে, তাই কি না? স্লাইডগুলো আমি হয়তো এক একটা স্লাইড কিছু সেকেন্ড রাখলাম স্ক্রিনে and people can just read it. You just drop a text on either you send us a message on the chat box or you drop us a WhatsApp message. So what I suggested is that we run the slides from this end and we will keep each slide for you to read it for a few seconds, and that's how we can do that. But otherwise, if there is any other idea from the audience, please let me know. What do you think, Hideyuki? We run each slide we show each slide and leave it on the screen for a few seconds for the audience to read, because it's written in English.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. Okay.
Okay.
So we can move on to the next slide. Okay, so I think this slide is about the just about the different districts, socio-demography of Bangladesh, as well as the different types of natural hazards that Bangladesh is exposed to. Okay, so 19 districts, more than 2,000 unions. Island unions are 18. Population is over 450 million. So I think that's the gist of this slide. Let me also keep an eye on the chat box from Rafiq Bhai. Please try to reset. Okay, so nothing came. Okay, let's go to the next one. So the next one is coastal risks exacerbate inequality and justice. So before, I'll give you a few seconds for the audience to just read and scan through the bullet points. Okay, so again, some of the points that Rafiq Bhai has tried to present it in that previous slide are different drivers for inequality and injustice for the people who are living on the coast. Almost, forgotten, alienated, not having and not receiving much support from the national and local governments. That was the previous slide. And this slide is about Avoidable Death Campaign, okay? So we will give you a few seconds to read. Yeah, this is an extremely important slide. I quite like the fact how Rafiq Bhai is trying to emphasize that, the challenges and the circumstances of the coastal people. It is not just an issue of health, but even if you are diseased or ill, you still need to survive, isn't it? So diseased bodies are still working out in the day or in the salt farm or in the sea trying to make their living because they have to make their livelihood. And on the right-hand side, it's a fascinating fact that the Coastal Day has been celebrated unofficially in Bangladesh since 2016. That's quite interesting. So it's unofficially by the coastal people, I think, and I think it is led by Rafiq Bhai. And some of the demands for that unofficial Coastal Day are highlighted, so you can read it. Yeah. And they're also demanding that they turn this into an international coast day. Rafiq Bhai, try your mic again or your audio, see if you can unmute and if your system is still working. No, okay. Right, I think a little bit about the Coastal Day, which started on November 12th in 1970, triggered by a cyclone that killed more than 1 million people. About the future of the Coastal Day, it's the left-hand side. I'll give you a few seconds to read it. And I think on the right-hand side are some of the interesting challenges that the campaign can actually raise awareness about it. So for instance, lack of state or government recognition, lack of international recognition, lack of awareness and promotion, low media coverage, budgetary constraints, geographical and infrastructural challenges, disconnection of communication, natural hazard disasters, and lack of political will. There's so many challenges, and they are so important that, that this campaign that Rafiq Bhai has been leading is trying to shine light on these challenges so that there are also opportunities to bring systemic change. So we can go to the next slide. Yes, I think a lot of text. We will circulate this PowerPoint slide, but I think the bottom line is that Rafiq Bhai has been advocating for a Coast Day and an International Day. They need to be recognized because hundreds and thousands of people live on the coast, and the coastal people are experiencing the brunt of climate change and extreme weather events. At the moment, the demands are not met, and a campaign like this will be able to give voices to these unheard voices. So I think that's the bottom line, and we can move on to the next slide because I'm conscious of time. And I think that's it. So we will circulate the slide, and what I will try to do is that, because it will be very interesting, it will be really fruitful if we could somehow find a way to connect Kentaro-san and Rafiq Bhai one day, because you're all on the course, something probably we could do, isn't it, Hideyuki? To see if there's any way synergies can be drawn, lessons can be learned, and how we could do collaborations in terms of shared resources to be, between these countries and the other global campaigners. So I think with that note, we are going to stop. Thank you very much for listening to all our amazing campaigns led by these 8 wonderful speakers. They're inspiring. I hope you have been inspired a little bit by their campaigns. I have tremendously been inspired. Now, we have not been able to cover the other global and local campaigns that are happening all around the world. So I would request the audience, if you would like us to shine a light on a campaign that has got similar philosophy, please drop us an email or a message on LinkedIn. Or if you are leading a campaign and you would like us to shine a light on it, please get in touch with us. We would be happy to have another session to provide, learn from your session and raise awareness about your global campaign. Now, I will still give 5 minutes before we leave because there are a few questions. So let's take some of the questions, and then after that, this session will be available, the recording will be available on ADN's YouTube, and Kelly will be able to tell us how many hours she would need to do that. So in the meantime, I will look into the questions, okay? So Kelly, over to you. So let me see if the questions are on the chat box here. Sadia. Right. Okay. So there was one question from Snehendu. So Snehendu, the text was quite long, and my screen is, I'm not able to see it. Would you like to unmute and ask that question, but keep it short and sharp? Do we have Snehendu here? Yeah, go on.
Hello,
Yes, go on.
can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. Just this is my questions, though I know that it's a time constraint, but regarding that data systems or any AI-based work is going on in a predictive AI-based work going on for the early warning, networks for this community surveillance that which can be strengthened to predict and prevent. You can say the early warning. Okay. So any predictive work or AI related work is going on to save the climate disasters. And sometimes it happens that due to delayed response that hazard comes. That's why I'm saying that if anything is going on in this front, though I'm not sure that it's going on, but still, is there an initiative from any part like ADN network across the globe if it
Yeah.
is going on? That's my questions, that if anyone is working in this front.
Yes, on that, I think that's a very good question, Snehandu. I would like to invite Fatima. So is Fatima here? Because Fatima is part of that UN level early warning for all campaign. And now, it's across several countries. And she led the country map for this early warning for all campaign in Bangladesh. And she showed us the different components of that early warning campaign. And I think the AI is one part of it in terms of early warning generation, but I don't know whether it reaches the last mile because the last mile is slightly different. But I'll try to say. So I can't see. Is she here? Fatima is here. Yes, Fatima, would you like to answer Snehendu's question?
So your question is, it is reaching to the last mile.
No, the question is, are you aware of any AI related activities for early warning? I think that's the question, isn't it? AI related, AI informed.
So the practice, in practice, it didn't reach any generated activities yet. So the fourth pillar I already mentioned, there is the authorized organization. So everybody from this institution, they are taking off their particular activities. Like UNDP is involving total process to knowledge generation, information dissemination, and the every hazard data set creation, this kind of activities. So they did networking with the water development board and also meteorological department. They are generating the early forecast, but the precise forecast is important, and at a time it is important to reach the last mile. So we started our early warning for all initiative 2022. We are at the end of the 2026. We have the roadmap, how it will work, how it will reach to the community. But we are using AI for improving our forecasting. We are using the integration our activities, more precisely machine learning, machine learning in program generation. This kind of area we using AI, but other initiative we didn't particularly involve AI generated methods or other information. I think.
Okay. Thank you very much, Fatima. So I think we will have to close here, but before we do that, we will run the poll. So Kelly, if you could quickly run the poll. I know we had at one point 48 46 participants, so it has dropped down to 30. So still a healthy number. It's great to see, you all being here, listening to our speakers. So we have only one question, which is the post-poll question. After attending this session, how would you rate your level of confidence on the usefulness of the topics introduced? Where 1, not at all confident, and 5, very confident. So please take a few seconds to complete this poll. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop it in the chat box, and we will make sure that we respond to your question, and it will be posted on the website. So how are we doing, Kelly, in terms of the response rate?
46 of participants who answered the poll.
And what was the baseline number for the pre-poll?
It was 60%.
60%. Right, so we need somewhat similar. So yeah, please, if you could complete this question, it should take you literally a few seconds.
Okay, yes, let's just stop here.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let's see the result. Moderately confident and very confident. That's a very nice outcome. So I think it's a great gift for all the speakers to take it back home. Okay, so I think with that note, we must close this session at the UNOCHA's Humanitarian Networks Partnerships Weeks conference. This is a virtual conference. We've run over 19 minutes. So sorry about that. Technology problems, as you would know, while having speakers from different time zones, but otherwise, thanks for joining, and thanks to all our distinguished speakers. And I hope the campaign keeps flourishing, and let us all stay in touch. So thank you, everybody, and thanks to the ADN team.
Thank you, Professor Nivedita.
Bye.
Thank you, Hideki, Professor Hideki.
Thank you. Thank you. 村上さんも遅い時間までありがとうございました。
Yes, ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。失礼い
Yeah.
たします。